Hey everyone, it's Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. It's been a couple of days since Liam Manning was unveiled to the Norwich City media and to us fans, as we basked in his quotes, and of course sat alongside Ben Napper as well. Always good to hear from Ben Napper. He's a good communicator. I think he gets his message across well. I like the way that Liam Manning speaks as well. I think it's he speaks with authority. He speaks like a man that knows what he wants and will do everything in order to get there. There's a confidence, without being cocky, there's a confidence that he can achieve what he thinks he can set out. And that's been proven with his track record so far. So it was nice to hear from Liam Manning. It was nice to hear from Ben Napper. It's obviously now all focus on transfers, squad building ahead of the start of the season. I mean, we're now going into the sort of Club World Cup, so there's this weird mini transfer break, but I don't think that really affects things too much, not for Norwich City. We can sign players and they're made official after the window. I think it's going to be a slight bit quieter over the next sort of 10 days or so. But the rumours will continue, and actually I'm kind of looking at pre-season now being, a month and a bit away. Things are going to move really fast. You always think when the season finishes, it feels so long until the next game. Actually, that goes incredibly quickly. It goes even quicker when there's going to be so many movings and shakings at the club. Incomings, outgoings. Of course, we've thankfully now got the managerial situation sorted, but there's still lots to sort before the start of pre-season. It kind of moves attention now to what does Liam Manning want in a player? What positions are we needing to strengthen? And what can we expect over the next kind of 6 weeks before things really start to get serious? We kind of know what Ben Napper has been about in terms of player development. He's been incredibly good at demanding fees for players. Let's catch everyone up on what's happening with Borja Sainz. Norwich have rejected a formal bid of £12.7 million from Porto for Borja Sainz. Now, I was actually quite pleased when I saw that, because I was thinking we were probably going to be selling him for about the £12 million mark. So the fact we're rejecting 12.5 million is a good sign. I think, feeling from the gut from seeing that is Norwich can probably expect somewhere north of £15 million now, which I think would be a huge achievement considering his form of the second half of last season, and also considering the fact he's entering his last year of his contract. So if we keep him beyond the summer, you lose him on a free. So there's time sensitivity, and clubs will obviously be aware of that. That will drive value down a little bit. We know how good and how talented Borja is. I think for all parties involved here, it's best if Borja moves on. Now it's about demanding a price. We've been through this before. It looks to be higher than I probably first imagined. I think when he was in that absolute rich vein of form, November, December last year, I was going, this guy could be worth like 20, 25, 30 million quid. I was getting slightly caught up in emotion there. Actually, when you look at the contract situation, he's only really proven himself for small chunks in the second tier of English football to be demanding that kind of fee. It's not like a Gabby Sara where you just knew that he was like world class, and Norwich ended up getting, 20 odd million quid for him. So if we can get 15 million for Borja, I think that would be a huge success. And having seen that formal bid rejected from Porto, I know Bilbao are also interested. I think there's interest from Italy as well. So you're going to have a bit of a transfer bidding war. We need to get the best price. We need to get it resolved pretty sharpish. I've said in other videos, you don't want these transfers rumbling on to the start of seasons. So I don't really want much. I just want lots of money quickly. Just get that sorted, Ben Napper. That would be lovely. Liam Manning's quotes in the press conference were interesting. We've obviously already signed Dan Grimshaw. He's going to be probably second choice goalkeeper. Liam Manning worked with Grimshaw at Lommel out in Belgium. We've also been linked with Harry Darling from Swansea, who's now a free agent. Liam Manning worked with Harry Darling at MK Dons. So there's a theme here. Okay, we're buying players that Liam Manning has worked with previously. That seems like a pretty tried and tested and trusted method. Pick the best players that you've enjoyed working with, throw them all together. Bob's your uncle. That would work nicely. So we've been linked with those two. So it'll be interesting now to see what Liam Manning has said in his press conference and see where we go next from here. I do quickly want to interject before we go forwards. I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Match Bingo, for their continued support. Match Bingo is a brilliant app that combines bingo and football. They are covering all of the UEFA Women's Euros this summer. They've got MLS on there. There's darts action. There's loads of great stuff packed into that app. There are sign-up bonuses. Click the link in the description or the QR code on screen now. You have to be 18 plus. Be gamble aware. I'm on Match Bingo a lot. It's gambling at low stakes. It's bingo. It's football. You follow along. Happy days. Link in the description. So Liam Manning has said, we know we need to add in a couple of key areas, but the large majority of the group, especially at the top end of the pitch, when you look at some of the attacking quality, is terrific. Now, there is going to be change. There is going to be things turned around in this squad. But the fact, there's 2 points here. Point one, the fact that Liam Manning has taken on this role in the first place and left behind the Bristol City project, the project that got Bristol City into the top six for the first time in 17 years. You had some phenomenal players in that group. The fact that he has picked Norwich City over Bristol City identifies two things for me. Point one is he thinks that the base, the foundations of this team is already at a good point, a point better than Bristol City, and he's excited to work with that. The squad on paper is good. And point two is the fact that you can reinforce that squad with proceeds from transfers coming in and also the money that will be put in from the Atenasio. So good foundation of squad will be improved as well with money. So what Liam Manning is saying that he's kind of not content, but is more happy with the talent at the front end of the pitch. And Norwich have spent money there. You've got Mate Jurisic, £6 million, Ante Cianats, £8 million. Who knows the future of Josh Sargent? Borja Sainz is likely to go. Who knows? Lewis Dobbin might come back. So there is talent in that area of the pitch. Norwich are interested in Harry Darling. Now, he obviously wants defensive players. Harry Darling, I think, if I'm putting my opinion on the line, I think Harry Darling will be a Norwich City player by the end of this summer transfer window. That's going to get clipped up when he signs for Sheffield United, but I'll put it out there. I think Harry Darling's coming in. Dan Grimshaw's already in. He's worked with him before. You look at the likes of Max O'Leary, Jason Knight, Max Bird, etc. Players that were brought in, a couple of those coming from Derby to Bristol City did brilliantly. Max O'Leary, goalkeeper. Norwich City need a first-choice goalkeeper. He was excellent for them last season. So players that he's worked with before, with a proven track record in the Championship, don't be surprised if a couple of those guys come in as well. Now, I'm not saying those names directly, but you can see a theme developing here. He was also asked the question of that Bristol City squad, it had a kind of heavy UK and Ireland feel about it. Is he comfortable working with lots of different nationalities from different cultures, etc.? He battered that straight back. 16 different nationalities in that Lommel side when he worked with City Group out in Belgium. So he's comfortable with that. He's comfortable with the squad that he's inheriting. He knows the profile of player that he wants to bring in. I'm liking this start to the summer recruitment drive from Liam Manning. I like the quotes that we've seen so far. I like the way that Ben Napper has recruited in his first 18 months at Norwich City. And actually from that press conference, I got a bit more confidence. Maybe it's delusion. Potentially we might keep Josh Sargent. Who knows? I don't think that's as done a deal as maybe we first thought. We might keep Marcelino Nunes. Maybe they'll be excited to work under Liam Manning with this new project. With Josh Sargent, you've got far more negotiating power. You've got a contract there that has more time on the Borja Sainz. The same with Marcelino Nunes. So With each quote that Liam Manning comes out with, I'm getting more excited. Look, the likelihood is that Josh Sargent goes. The likelihood is that Marcelino Nunes goes. I think Borja Sainz is basically a done deal. He will be gone. But who knows? Those other few might not be as set in stone as we first thought. The first couple of signings, or the first signing plus, who knows, Harry Darling, I think we're seeing a theme. He wants a group of players that he knows, that he trusts, that he believes can play the style of football that he wants, and more importantly, has the mentality in order to deliver. This is going to be a really tough championship campaign. There's lofty expectations for Norwich City. There is pressure on Liam Manning's shoulders. He wants a group of players that can deliver when it matters. That's going to be the key. He needs a strong set of backroom staff. I think he'll have that with Hogg and with Kraus. And the staff that he's inherited at Norwich City. Now it's about collating a group of players. When you put it like that, it's easy. Thanks very much for watching. A big thank you to Match Bingo for sponsoring today's video. The link's in the description. Head over there and check it out. Let me know what players you want Liam Manning to sign. I'd be really grateful to see that. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.